What is up, guys? It's your boy 2Natural. We are back with Rivalsnomics episode 2, and we have a lot to talk about today because the market has been shaken up recently with some new news. So we're going to go over that, and we're also going to go over what I'm investing in for the short, the mid, and the long term. As always, do not make financial decisions based on what I say. I'm just telling you guys what I'm investing in and the logic behind it. So we got a big shakeup in the market today. With what is it called? We got a big shakeup in the market today, as we had sorry, I'm tripping right now. Oh yeah, okay. So we got news that the draft promo is extended to June 12th, which means that the supply will not be cut just yet, and there's still a bunch of packs in the marketplace driving the price of these cards down. What else is driving the price of these cards down is people getting free rares, free epics, free legendaries because they had 3 challenges this week. One gave out like a ton of it was another open draft, so they gave out a ton of draft packs, 250 epic cards, and then they're giving away 20 legendaries in the tournaments later this week. So that's caused a huge price hit. The morning I'm recording this is the morning the open draft and the epic draft ended. So prices are down a lot across the board, which means I think it's a good time to buy in. So the first player we're going to be looking at right here is we're going to be looking at Zayflowers. Now for me, I have 5 or 6 of Zayflowers. Okay, shoot. It always pulls up Noah Gray for some reason. I hope, like, Mythical, please fix that. I don't want to see Noah Gray when I'm looking up for Zayflowers. Anyways, okay, yeah, there was a Zay listed under $5 last night, but I think they're down a little more now. It's down to $6.37. But anyways, this was basically like a $10 card, $10 card yesterday before all this stuff dropped. And this morning you could find Zayflowers for under $10. So I really like Zayflowers as a nice short to midterm flip. He's a top budget beast wide receiver, like we went over in that budget beast video. And he has a strong amount of daily buys, good volume, better than most of the rookie wide receivers. Like I said, there's been some market dumps, but for the most part, he's hovered around the $9 plus mark this whole time. So I think that I like Zayflowers for a good short to midterm flip. Like I've told you guys in previous videos, I don't like Zayflowers long term because I don't think he has the upgrade potential in that offense like the other rookie wide receivers do. So I think a good target for Zayflowers is like anything under like 15 myth, let's say. And I think after draft promo ends, if you hold for a couple weeks, you should be good because this Zayflowers card is like really good for beginners trying to get a competitive wide receiver so they can open up their passing game a little in events, right? Now, like I've told you guys before, also, I do really like, for a longer term hold, I do really like the other rookie wide receivers. Yeah, Jordan Addison right now is like $1.75. I don't think there's very much risk in acquiring this player for what he is right now. The problem is wide receiver is typically a very oversaturated position. There are a lot of top end options. But I think I'm probably gonna grab like one of Jordan Addison, Jackson Smith, just so I can have exposure to those guys if they do go crazy and get rookie upgrade. I'm not really expecting anything, but might as well for the long term. So then I think those guys do have good potential to get upgraded in the future, but we'll see how the power curve of the game goes. So now we're moving up into a little more expensive investments, and this is one of my favorite investments that I really, really like. So we're going to look for the epics. We're going to look at running back. Yeah, okay. We're looking at Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, this is a card. I think I was worried people would start to catch on. The price went from like $20 to like, it was like he was hovering around $20 for the longest time. And then before the epic drop last night, he was at like $27 per, which was honestly pretty crazy. I didn't expect him to go up that fast before the draft promo even ended. But Gibbs here is now, this morning, you can see he's dropped to $16.70. I believe I saw some under $15 this morning when I woke up. I really like Jahmyr Gibbs here. He's the best budget option at running back, I think, for beginners starting out. Basically, I think if you have Jameer, you can, if you have Jameer and you're pretty good, and you should be able to finish top 100, at least top 200, which is basically Jameer is like gets you in the door to improving your team through the prizes in the competitive events, right? Now there's also high demand. Like I said, his price has been driven up in the last couple of weeks. We've seen him maintain a $20 floor. And also, I just think that, give me one sec. I have stuff written down right here. Okay, yeah, so I think if we look at the other epic running backs, like let's look at the other epic and rare, the other epic running backs, right? Gibbs is by far the cheapest right now. And the next ones are Khalil Herbert at around $25, and Khalil Herbert is trash. Like, this is just a trash epic card. Like, it's not a good card at all. So if we're filtering out Herbert and Gibbs, let's see how much we have to scroll here. It's a while, yeah. So the next cheapest running back is actually Zeke at $71. Now, there's way more Gibbs out in the market, but I think there's no way you can look at this Zeke card and be like, yeah, this Zeke card is that much better, where it's like 5, 6, 7 times the price. I know there's a lot more Gibbs out in the market. So for that reason, I think Gibbs is a solid buy at the price he's at right now, around $15 to $20. And I think you can do a midterm exit after this epic draft event. If you wait until the draft promo is over, of course, there's still going to be supply being added every day through packs. But I think after this ends, unless we get another really good budget running back, I think Gibbs is going to be pretty essential for any new players wanting to join the game. And he's going to be up in price. I would say around $30, $40 is a more fair price for him compared to the other epic running backs that are about as good as him in the game. Now, let's move on to a real blue chip investment. We're looking at, of course, the mythical Tyreek Hill. And this is something I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to get my 4 legendaries for this last airdrop for Hill. So this Tyreek Hill card is basically just the gatekeeper if you want to be in the super competitive tier. This is why we're doing a blue chip. I would not buy him at these 500 prices. I've seen him at like 400-ish, below 500 for sure, 300, 400 range. But this Tyreek Hill card is just a beast. Like, he's one play touchdown every single play. 151 speed, 166 agility, 162 acceleration. The next closest card, Ayuk, which is a legendary, is like 20 speed below him. So Tyreek just blows everyone else out of the water on offense. You don't need anyone else as long as you have a good QB in Tyreek. So the reason his price is down so much right now is because he's by far the most readily available mythical card. The other ones are all super rare, and Tyreek most people can get. I think there's like probably like 50-ish in the game right now, I would say. So you can get to build this though, I would get the legendaries because he's like 550, so that's like 550 free dollars you're getting airdropped, even if the price of legendaries drops. So the only risk is a wide receiver on the same tier, but with how slow the mythical rate has been going on, I think this is a better mid to long term like blue chip hold, if you can call it that. I wouldn't hold for super long because you know how these games are. Probably eventually a newer flashier wide receiver comes around. But I think for the time being, after the Tyreek airdrops stop, there's still going to be demand for him as a top flight card. And I think his price will go up. Now, for all of these, you have to make sure about the 14%. And on such a big card like Tyreek, 14% cut is going to be pretty big. But I do think he will outperform that. The top tier competitive players do need this card. So for that reason, I'm going to make sure to get a Tyreek Hill. You guys are going to get gameplay of that on the channel. This card is an absolute beast. Super excited to play with him. And the other thing that's essential to get in the top 20 for mythical and legendary rewards, right, is the defense. So we're going to be looking at, this is something that I think will do really well because the prices are already up, but people still need demand, because if you want to move your team from just being like top 100 to then the top 20, you're going to need an elite defense, right? So what we want right now is top tier defensive cards that are down right now because of all the packs, all the legendaries, all the epics in the market right now. we want cards that are top 1, top 2 of their position. Actually, no, I only want cards that are top 1 right now because I don't think there's no mythical. And we want to look at positions where we don't think they'll get outclassed in future promos. So let me give you an example of a bad position to invest in right now. This Kayvon Wallace is $40 for a common card. So the reason this Kayvon Wallace is so... Sorry, my back is uncomfy. Let me stretch this. The reason this Kayvon Wallace is so expensive, $40 for a common card, 89 power, right, is because he's the only purchasable strong safety in the game. So all the top defenses need this Kayvon Wallace card to be competitive. But what do you think? You think the people at Rivals don't see this? Like, they see there's only one strong safety on the market. So next promo, I almost guarantee you we're getting a strong safety. This card is going to be outclassed. People won't need this card anymore because it's not in itself a very good card, and it's going back down in value, in my opinion. And so these positions have only one slot on your roster. We want to target positions that have like 2 slots on the roster and buy the top 1 card, because if the top 1 card for a cornerback, right, you have two cornerbacks on your roster. I would check, but I'm using my phone to record right now. So if you have 2 cornerbacks on your roster, right, it's like, then if you have the number 1 cornerback and a better cornerback comes out, the top competitive teams are still going to need this second card. It's not going to dump because they're just going to move him over to cornerback 2. But we want to stay away from positions like defensive tackle where there's only one, because if one card gets outclassed, then suddenly the top competitive players don't need that card anymore. And you don't have that top end market that you want. So for that reason, we're going to look at defensive end, and we're going to look at the, I don't know what the best is. I think it's either Tyreek Wilson or Rousseau. So, okay, so it is Rousseau, but Rousseau's incredibly expensive. I would definitely consider it's either Rousseau or Wilson. So I think both of these are good investments. I would actually prefer Rousseau still, even though Tyree is about $366 right now. He did go down in price this morning, which is crazy. And Rousseau's about $400. So please don't invest based on what I'm saying, by the way. I don't want you guys putting in $400 and then going down because of me. But I'm just speaking from a purely theoretical point of view. This Rousseau won't be outclassed right now, at least, I think. So I think his price is going to continue to go up because to be competitive, the top teams are looking for any power advantage they can get. So there's always going to be demand until a better card comes out. Now, let's move to the next card. Not free safety. There's only one free safety, I think. So that's also risk to get outclassed, which is a Bayard. This Witherspoon for sure. You can see there's only 2 Darius Slays on the entire market. Definitely this Witherspoon is a good buy. You can see there's 8 cornerbacks on the market. So to be competitive, you need one of these cards, right? You absolutely need it. It's not close. So you're going to need one of these cards. So I do actually really like those top tier defensive cards because they're always going to hold competitive value until they get outclassed. And like I said, the safest way to make sure they don't get outclassed yet is to have 2. So your card is to be at a position where there's 2 slots, so your card will still hold value even if a better card comes out eventually. But that's pretty much it for my Rivalsnomics video. Like I said, this is not financial advice. I just want to help you guys improve your team, hopefully stack some myth to get some better players as we get more promos. Let me know your thoughts on which players I'm sleeping on, which ideas you like agree with, disagree with, down in the comments below. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Love you guys. 2Natural out. Peace.